Tomasz Vargazon. How is Ukraine able to have such a strong defense against Russian attacks? There are two reasons, both of which are important, perhaps even irrelevant without the other. Ukrainian fighting spirit. Ukrainians do not want to be seen as little Russians anymore. This is an actual diminutive used on the nation, Malorossia, Little Russia. This dates back to 19th century. Ukrainians collectively decided to be distinct from Russians around the time of Spring of Nations, 1848. To that end, everyone, young and old, male and female, is signing up to defend their nation from the Russian beast. Once you have 20-something-year-old females joining up in droves to go to war even though it's their right to flee the conflict, you can probably imagine you don't lack for recruits. This is one reason, arguably it might be more important of the two, although the other is also vital. The other reason is NATO training for Ukrainian military, which began in 2014. One of 8 NATO-Ukraine exercises held in the country in 2021 alone. Ukraine has been swarming with NATO trainers since early 2014. NATO has taken the art that is war and turned it into an industry. Everything that can be reduced to a protocol, a set of instructions, or a checklist has been. You only need to rely on personal genius of commanders for questions that can't be answered beforehand. This is a general trend seen across the entire society, but it's extremely visible in Ukraine. Ukrainians don't need to rely on their commanders guessing to do the right thing, because they're good at their job. Instead, they see the parameters and already know how to react best for the situation, because experiences of centuries have already been drilled into them by people who devoted their lives to studying them. This dates back to 18th century Prussia, and is one of the key reasons why Prussian, and later German militaries became the stuff of legends. Russians are fighting the old way, with limited training and a heavy-handed top-down chain of command, where personal preferences, biases and genius, or idiocy, of individual commanders decide what is going to happen on the ground. This may be good enough if you have overwhelming firepower, or an enemy that fights the same way. However, Russians are fighting against an enemy a century ahead in military thinking, and they're sending unmotivated recruits against people who are willing to die to defend their nation. Is it any wonder Ukraine is winning 1 month in? 197.3K views. View 5,764 upvotes.